So we are running a little late, but that's okay. Better late than never. Couple things to remember. As soon as the jury comes in, they are assessing you. All right, they assess you on everything. Sidebar conversations will be held against your side. They're looking to see if the characters are in character throughout the entire trial. Okay, so they're always watching. Understand that I have no control over who wins. Okay, they are going to write either guilty or not guilty on this piece of paper at the end of the day. I'm going to read it, and that's the decision. Okay, any questions before we get started? Okay, bailiff, please escort the jury in.
Let the defense try me. Today no John and Lorraine is lying. And we ain't playing with nobody. Mess around and kill Pigman.
Okay, welcome to the case of the state versus John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen. The prosecution team will present their case first, with the defense team cross-examining their witnesses. And then the defense team will present their case with the prosecution team cross-examining their witnesses. At the end, each team will be allowed to call one more surprise witness. Both teams will have the chance to cross-examine those witnesses as well. Throughout the trial, you will hear from court reporters representing each team. The teams should be assessed on the following criteria: knowledge of the book, preparedness, appearance, how they are dressed in their costumes, use of the Pigman vocabulary, which is up there and you also have a copy of it, objections, whether they are overruled or sustained, the ability to prove their case, creativity, evidence, and props. Sidebar conversations should be held against the team, but creatively planned outbursts are encouraged. Overall, the team that is the most prepared and puts on the best show should be the team that wins. The winning team gets to go on a field trip to the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. With all that being said, good luck to both teams. Okay, prosecuting court reporters.
Hello, Jerry. My name is Liberty Anderson, and we are here in Mr. Littleton's courtroom to prove the guiltiness of John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen. We have a witness here today, one of John and Lorraine's close friends, Dennis Cody. Oh my God.
John did that. John's a meanie person.
Why did you do this, John?
Dennis, can you describe what happened?
Well, I was walking down the street, going to the dollar store getting some Pop-Tarts, and then I saw John near the corner of the store, and I was like, "Hey, John, what's up?" He was like, "What's up?" So I went over there, I talked to him for a second, and I had asked him where he had been the past couple of weeks, and he was like, "Chill, bro." And I was like, "Look, I was just asking you a question." He said, "Chill." I was like, "Look, just asking you a question." He pushed me to the ground, and he started kicking me, and then he punched me, then he threw a good fight.
Did you figure out what John was doing just standing at the end of the street? Did you think he was berserk?
And she was thinking, he got drunk.
Are there any other things John has said or done to you?
But there was that one time when we was at his mama's house, and we were drinking, well, he was drinking in his room, and all his mom would ever do was clean. She didn't care that we was inside of his house just partying. All she did was clean. The house was already clean.
Thank you, Dennis.
Oh wait, no, and then there was that other time, and there's this girl, this is girl who has this huge crush on John, and I don't even understand why she has a crush on him. I mean, he ugly. I mean, that voluptuous head of his vile breath. I can't understand what and then he don't never come to school. And she's always putting in the record books here. I ain't see him in math class. But I said,
Thank you, Dennis. You heard it from me, folks. Now to our next reporter.
Hello, jury. And as you already know, we are trying to prove the guilt of John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen. The prosecution side thinks that John and Lorraine are some of the most future people in their neighborhood. The defense team thinks that John and Lorraine are good people that were good to Mrs. Pigman, but the prosecution side thinks otherwise. All the vile things that John and Lorraine have done to Mr. Pigman to cause him to bring him to this day. And all the prevarications and mistakes have brought them to this concept. Leads to this concept. John and Lorraine, they were skating in the hallway with him. That's not good for an old man. He's already a beer belly. That's just overworking him. And half the time, they never really helped him out like that party. So, and they really never just did anything for him. They just always took from him, took the money from him, and a lot of the times, nothing really helped him out. And that's all.
Okay, defense reporters.
Hola, me llamo Claire. Would you please avert your eyes to me? It's John from reporting inside the courtyard of Pigman Open Ivy Middle School. I'm here at the funeral of Mr. Pignotti, aka the Pigman. Let's see what's going on.
He cared for us. He did everything. And we knew he had health problems, but we didn't think he would go so soon.
Mr. Pignotti was a very, very great father figure to us. Like she said, we didn't know he was going to listen. So I really miss him. Like, a big part of our heart just died.
As you can see, those two children were traumatized when lost was Pigman. Everyone here was almost emotionless, shocked. This funeral was completely devastating. I felt shattered from the emotions coming from the family and friends of the Pigman. Those two teenagers, Lorraine Jensen and John Conlon, are being accused of contributing to the death of the Pigman. Did you not see their faces? They're crying, bawling their eyes out, and yet people still call them guilty. This is T.S. John from WSOC TV, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Jim Appel, what will you do? I'm back with the rest of your report. Today I'm here to interview Timothy Pignotti, Mr. Pignotti's son. Timothy. I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you a few questions. So, how has college been going? And do you miss your father?
College has been going good. That's the only thing that's been going good in my life right now. I really miss my dad and my mom.
And when was the last time that you spoke to your mother?
It was a while back ago. She was saying that my dad, Mr. Pignotti, had a lot of problems.
And when was the last last time you spoke to your father?
Well, I have a voicemail right here.
Hey, Timothy. I miss you so much. Hopefully, I can see you soon. But I'm very sick. And in the hospital. But John and this young lady, Lorraine, have been taking care of me. They are very kind and sweet and responsible. Hope to see you soon. Love, Dad.
Thank you, Timothy. Last question. Do you really think that John and Lorraine committed to such a vile crime?
No, they sound like such sweet kids. I mean, they cared for Mr. Pigman. They really did.
Thank you, Timothy. Yes. With the information I just got from Timothy, you can see that Mr. Pignati's death wasn't a mystery. It was just because of his vile actions and health. And John and Lorraine wouldn't have anything to do with it. As you heard from Timothy, Mr. Pignati faced vicious health problems, and it shouldn't connect to John and Lorraine. They loved him as a father.
Okay. Prosecution, opening statements.
Good morning, jury. As the head of the prosecution team, we will prove these 3 points. John and Lorraine pushed the Pigman over his limit of things he could do. Skating in a hallway is an example of how these 2 kids showed no courtesy for his age. They should know better. But Mrs. Conlon, the mother of John Conlon, does not take the responsibility to teach her child right from wrong. But Miss Jensen, the mother of Lorraine Jensen, is a great parent. She leads by example, shows punishment when needed, and love always. Number 2, John and Lorraine took advantage of the Pigman for his money, for his home, and for his life. They lied to him, they threw a drinking party in his home, and they took his money. Those horrible, horrible actions led up to his life ending. John and Lorraine are not who they say they are. They're prevaricators that bully and drink. You can't trust them, but that will be shown throughout this case. Who can believe such vile teenagers named John and Lorraine? If that's even their real name. They prevaricate so much they hid their true identity. John and Lorraine have an avocation of compulsively cutting school, an avocation of drinking out of tune. John and Lorraine are not just being accused of contributing to the death of Mr. Pignati, but they're being accused of being antagonists to their parents, bullies to one of my clients, Mr. Norton Kelly, and very obvious underage drinkers. You can't believe someone who admits to being mentally unstable. Jury, I would like you to remember these 6 words.
We murdered him. Prove them guilty.
Okay. Defense, opening statements.
Welcome, jury and people of the court. Before I get started with my opening statement, I would like to point out that during their outburst, they said that John and Lorraine killed Mr. Pignati when they're on trial for contributing to the death of Mr. Pignati. Welcome, jury and people of the court. My name is Abby Broder. We are gathered here today to prove that John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen are not guilty of contributing to the death of Mr. Pignati. We will prove our case through 3 key aspects of this trial. 1. Mr. Pignati's health. Mr. Pignati ate vile foods such as chocolate-covered ants, and he drank wine and had a beer belly. 2. Conditions. Mr. Pignati did live in a hovel of a home that was unsecure and unprotected for an old man to live in. The hospital he stayed at was poorly maintained, and he shared a hospital room with a very sick man. 3. Emotions. Mr. Pignati did lose his best friend Bobo and his wife Conchetta in a time period that was very short. Almost too short. We would now like to take a moment of silence to remember Mr. Pignati and the beautiful life that he shared with John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen. Would everyone please hold their place? Thank you.
Okay. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
The prosecution team would like to call Mr. Conlon to the stand.
swear to truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name to the court.
Mr. Conlon.
Why were you coughing when you got up here? Is it because you smoked too much?
No, it's not that, because she never cleans at her house and there's always dust flying around and it gets into my lungs and builds up. More than smoking would.
Why do you think Norton is such a good influence? Isn't he always smoking and drinking around John?
Well, yeah, but I think John caused that all. He started all that in their group. Norton just followed to be cool.
Why do you always drink?
I don't drink.
Isn't that you?
No.
Then who else would that be with beer bottles? And isn't it true that I got this from John and Lorraine?
Yes, it is true.
Well, first of all, I don't own those Nike shoes, and I don't drink beer anymore. Because I have sclerosis of the liver, I can't. My doctor said not to, and if I drink any more, I could die.
Would you ever consider yourself being demented?
No. Do you think I'm demented?
Do you realize that I'm the one who's supposed to be asking the questions here?
But can't I ask questions?
Why don't you?
Why don't I? What?
Why don't you think that you aren't demented?
Well, considering since I haven't done any cruel and vile things,
Didn't you call John a lunatic?
no.
Objection, yes you did. It's in the book. Objection, you did in the book.
Hold that outburst against the witness. Only lawyers can object. And I will sustain that objection.
Didn't it state in the book that you did call John a lunatic?
Apparently. Yes.
Why did you call him a lunatic?
Well, he's drinking beer, and for crying out loud, in the book, he lights a cigarette over the dead corpse of Mr. Pignotti. Who does that?
Would you mind if Mrs. Conlon had something to ask you?
She could ask me at home, but okay.
Do you want a beer, honey?
Yes.
Why would you say yes?
There we go. Now can we continue?
Did you ever abuse Mrs. Conlon or John?
No. It never says that in the book, and I would never hit my own wife or son.
Do you love your son?
Yes, he asked that question like last. So, what?
If you
But yeah.
do, then why did you always drink around him when he was a little kid?
Because it's like beer. I was addicted to it, but I like it.
Do you love Mrs. Conlon?
Yeah, she's my wife, and I always respect her sayings.
If you love Mrs. Conlon, then why are you a terrible husband to her?
I'm not.
No more further questions.
Okay, you may step down. Prosecution, call your next witness.
The prosecution team would like to
So why didn't you interrogate anybody at the party?
Shut up. Why did I what now?
Why didn't you interrogate anybody at the party?
Because Norton was the one who was bleeding at the nose, and everyone had escaped.
How about the boy that fainted on the ground?
Maybe someone carried him out through the back door.
Okay, can you name at least 7 people that was at the party?
Helen Kaczynski, John Lorraine, Norton Kelly,
Shut up.
and many other people.
So how could you name those people if you said that they left when you came and Norton was bleeding on the floor?
Well, it didn't say it in the book because John was in the car.
Wait, I thought you just said somebody might have carried him out through the back door, didn't you? Yes, so are you just thinking of the things on top of your head?
No, I am not.
Okay. Why didn't you stop Mrs. Jensen from abusing Lorraine?
Because that shows that
Stupid baby! Oh my!
So what are you gonna do about this child abuse, huh? Nothing. Right? Aren't you? Aren't you gonna do something?
Oh, I will.
Aren't you a police officer?
Oh, I will.
Shouldn't you have done something?
I should have.
Then why didn't you do anything?
Because that was sudden. I didn't know it was going to.
Shouldn't policemen be prepared?
Yes, but as you see, I am not prepared.
But you're a police officer. You have to.
Yes.
Shouldn't
I
you
know
be
I have to be prepared. I'm not prepared right now.
Did you-
Because people are supposed to do that in courtrooms, so I'm not prepared for that.
Did you ever catch Norton shoplifting?
Yeah, but I knew it was for good causes, even though it was bad.
So you call a
it
good
was for good causes.
So you call a good cause stealing marshmallows?
He did something bad for a good cause. He did it for someone who was less
Yes,
fortunate. Do you hear the words that are coming from that?
Did you ask him who the marshmallows were for?
In fact, I did. I asked him who it was for, and he said it was for an old man.
Why didn't you arrest Norton for underage drinking?
Because,
Isn't that what police officers are supposed to do?
oh yes, they are.
So why didn't you do it?
He never told me he was. I only
But
saw John
You're the
Ray.
police officer. You're supposed to be arresting people that underdrink, correct?
I was not notified of this.
About how many times have you done something smart in the book? Okay, no further questions.
Okay, you may
Maybe
step
it
down.
wasn't said in the book.
Witness where?
So far we've been having a good trial so far. Mrs. Conlon is never cleaning. I believe John described her as a clean freak. And Mr. Conlon claims that Norton Kelly is a good influence. Obviously you do not know Norton Kelly. Did you know that Norton has a compulsive way of partying? I bet you didn't. And the police states that John busted Norton's head, but I don't see any scars. Why is that? Is that because he's lying? I don't know.
Thank you, JS. So far, the trial has been very complex, and all of the lawyer statements have been pretty good. When Mr. Conlon came up, he seemed a little shaky. Is that because of his his alcoholic use? When the police officer stepped up here, he had yes or no answers. He didn't even do anything when the baby got abused. That shows that you're a good police officer, right? Right. I hope that everybody has good luck with the rest of the trial. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to continue all the way until 12:30. So just like I told you guys, you're not going to have your healthy kids until the end of 5th block. We're going to go all the way until it's time for you to eat at 12:30. Okay? All right, bailiff, please bring the jury in.
I know you lie. Your prosecution. Everything you say is wrong. We might be young, but we're not stupid. We're the LJ fund. Your prosecution, and you lie, baby.
Okay. Prosecuting court reporter.
My name is Leah,
And my name's Tess.
and we're WSOC TV back with the rest of your report.
So far, so good.
And the sides are competing very well. We have a commercial. Don't press that remote. We'll be right back.
Let's make some noise!
Can't touch this. You can't touch this.
I need a pass, y'all. Excuse me.
What school does she go to?
I don't know the name of the school because I'm so focused on my job and taking care of the sick people. Which really, since she wants to be dissing with me, I'm gonna be dissing with her. Fair game.
Since you're a nurse, what's a regular heartbeat? Can you please tell me?
Well, actually, no. Wait, no, I'm not gonna tell you because I'm not that kind of nurse.
What kind of nurse are you then?
I'm a nurse that cares for the feet, the legs, and the arms, not the heartbeat, the respiratory system.
So, have you ever compulsively intimidated your daughter?
No. If you're acting, has your mother ever scared you a little bit? No. If you were a real man or something.
So how hard did you actually slap your daughter?
Like that 2 times, just to give her a little
what?
A little discipline. Cause what, you want me to just walk out? Oh, Lorraine, you got arrested.
Okay, why are you actually going against your daughter?
Because she's on the other side. And I'm on the prosecution side. I'm prosecuting.
Why are you going against your daughter? Can you tell me why?
Because she has done bad. She has done all this bad stuff, hanging out with old man, spending his money, not even respecting her mother, and you're saying, why am I prosecuting her? Have you read the book?
Do you regret your daughter? Do you regret your daughter?
No. Did I say that? Did that come out of my mouth? No, I don't think so.
Do you?
No, I said no. No and no.
So, where did you get your degree at?
Harvard University. But then I went to medical school after that.
Okay. So, do you think the police should have abused you? I mean, not abused you. Do you think the police should have arrested you for what you did?
No, why would he do that? He's on my side. I think he's a good police. If you actually saw the
So does a good
certificate.
police let a child get abused?
Excuse me, that was a fake baby and not a real mother. And that wasn't even her crying. That was definitely a girl playing.
Are
on
you
the
getting
iPad.
mad? Ms. Jensen, are you getting mad?
Yeah, because you're
Are you getting mad at
intimidating
me?
You're
Are you
intimidating
yelling?
me. You're calling me
Are you
a
yelling
bad
at this court?
mother.
Are you
You're
getting
calling
mad?
me a bad mother.
Are you getting mad because
I'm
you
getting
know
really emotional
that you're a bad
right now.
mother?
I don't even know.
Do you even care about your daughter?
Do you think I would spend not working, making a big one of these, a medium one of these, and a small one?
How come there's not actual picture?
You see this?
How come it's not actual photograph picture with a camera? How come you drew it?
Excuse me, I don't have a real office.
So you're not a real nurse?
No, I
So
don't
you don't
have
have
an
a real
office.
degree?
I
Can
go
you please
to
tell
their
me?
house.
Can you please tell me?
Can you let me speak, please? Because you're making me really emotional right now. I need a tissue.
Are you getting emotional because you did something?
No, I'm
You
getting
did
emotional
something bad?
because you're coming at me
Can you-
like I'm the one who
Alright, why are you
contributes to the
stuttering?
death of Mr.
Why are
Pigman.
you stuttering?
Because you're going to.
Are you getting
Calm
scared?
down.
Why are you getting scared?
Can you calm down?
Why are you getting scared?
Because you're not even asking me about the real purpose of this court. Okay, now I'm not scared. You're not asking me about the purpose of this court. The court purpose is Lorraine and John contribute to the death of Ms. Pigman. You're asking me about my life story, and that's not what we're here for. If you don't know what you're talking about, then you need to sit down.
So I need to sit down because you're getting aggravated?
No, I'm not getting aggravated. Did that come out of my mouth?
Is your voice getting higher and higher?
No. Does my voice seem like it's getting higher?
Everyone in this court, did you just see her voice get higher and then lower?
Order in the court.
Wait. Your side is definitely being biased because they're on your side. Like, you can't just ask that question. Go ask Miss Barone or something. Like, ask them.
Mr. Milligan, do you think her voice is getting higher?
Your question should only be to the witness.
Thank you. Do you know how to be a lawyer? I know how to do my job. Do you know how to do your job? I'm just asking. No, wait, you can't answer that. So, next question.
Do you know I actually have my own website?
Oh, wow.
Do you know that I actually work at my job instead of letting people die?
Sir, please get back to the point.
Okay, how many people have died whenever you were being a nurse?
None. Zero. Zilch. Can you find in the book?
So,
Find in the book.
so
Go ahead,
when
find
you were
in
a
the book.
lawyer,
Chapter and page.
so when you were, whenever you got back from, have Have you ever left Lorraine at home by herself?
Yes, she's a freaking sophomore in high school. What do you want me to do? Go
Before
to
that,
daycare? You want me
have
to
you
put her
ever
in
left her
daycare?
alone?
You want me to put her in daycare?
Okay, do you clean your house?
Yes, I clean occasionally, but you're acting like your mother has never gave you chores to wash the dishes, to clean your room. That's what I do to Lorraine, and she still disobeys me.
Leaves? Okay. Do you know that my mother's actually right there?
Wow, I do not know that.
Do you know that my mother has never hit me?
Well, that's not her way of discipline. My way of discipline is.
So your
giving her a
way
little
is
smack.
hitting your child, making her cry?
So, no, I'm gonna tell you, I've gotten beat before, and I've cried. She's 14. She needs to suck it up, and she learned her lesson.
So you
She
admit
went to
that you
bed.
beat your daughter?
I hit her.
You said that you got beat.
Yeah, me.
That wasn't a question.
Sustained.
So, at a rate of 1 to 10, how high is your care level, Lorraine?
I can answer that question myself. Well, my
Lorraine, are you okay? Lorraine, are you okay? I can't get off of the stand. I would help
Now
you.
you're gonna help your daughter.
I would help you. I'm not a real nurse.
Do you see what a real nurse can do? Do you see what real nurses do? They're helping
She
people.
has a peen nurse. Do you think she's a real nurse? She's probably like 10.
Oh, then how come you can't help your daughter? Explain that.
I can't help my daughter. Did I hear what you? Did
How come
you
you
hear
can
what
get
I
off this
said?
stand and help your daughter? Explain that.
Leg, arm, feet, doctor. Not no cough.
You said you did with
doctor.
the respiratory system. Last time I checked, the lungs is part of respiratory, isn't it? Yeah, am I correct?
I said I'm not a part of it. If you actually listen to the witness that
Didn't
is
you
on the
say
stand,
respiratory system?
then you would know.
Isn't that part of the lungs?
I said I don't do respiratory.
Are you getting
system.
frustrated again?
No. Are you? Because you look kind of tired. You need to drink. You need some water. You look like it. You need some water. You need some water. You need some water.
So, do you think you need help with... Have you ever physically abused your daughter?
No, never in my life.
What do you call abuse?
Never. I call abusing having your daughter on the wall, one hand over here, and you're just smacking her, beating her, punching her. Did I do that to Lorraine?
So, have
No.
you ever hit your daughter?
Yes, in the book it says I hit her.
Have you hit
2
her
times.
multiple times?
2 times, yes, 2 times.
So, is that the first time you ever hit your daughter?
Yes, that time when she got brought from the police is at my door, and you think I'm not going to do anything to my daughter, let her walk into the house and do it again the next day? I have to give her some kind of punishment.
Last question.
Okay. How come you don't believe your own daughter or what she said?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, witness may step down.
How do you get aggravated when people call you the marshmallow kid?
Because I didn't steal those marshmallows on purpose. It was on accident.
So you admit that you stole the marshmallows?
Yes, on accident.
On accident?
Yes.
How was it by accident?
I was in the store getting something for this old man, right? Then I got a phone call from my mom saying that my dad got into a car crash. I just ran out the store to hurry up and get home to see what happened to my dad.
Do you know Mr. Pignotti's address?
No,
Then how did you get the address to go to John and Lorraine's party if you weren't invited?
because all my friends told me where it was.
What friends? Didn't you just say that you had no friends?
I said I thought I had no friends. I didn't say I didn't have friends.
Do you think Lorraine has compassion?
No, I don't think she got that as compassion.
Why don't you think she has compassion? Why are you taking so long to answer?
Because I can, I'm thinking. Because, she's a mean person.
How's she mean?
She's always calling me a marshmallow man, saying I'm a criminal and stuff.
Well, aren't you a criminal because you stole marshmallows from the store?
No. I tried to go back and return them, but they said no.
Do you want a marshmallow?
No. Yes, actually I do.
May we ask you a personal question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Jordan Kelly, will you take this ring as a token of my love?
No.
I'm so sorry.
Why did you just embarrass the entities in this courtroom?
She asked me if I would marry her. I said no.
Why? What did she do to you?
I don't like her. And we're only 14.
Why don't you like her?
I just don't like her. And she's only 14. I'm not getting married at 14.
Why did you like to cheat during the telephone game?
I mean, so I can win.
Objection. He says in the book it says that he liked to cheat during the telephone game because he would rather talk to a woman than a man.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said in the book he would rather talk to a woman rather than a man.
Sustain.
Why would you rather talk to a woman rather than a man?
Because I'm a boy and I like girls.
Objection. He said in the book that he can make a woman talk longer than a man.
Sustain.
No further questions.
Okay, witness may step down. Okay, defense, please call your first witness to the stand.
The defense calls John Conlon to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please say your name for the court.
John Conlon.
You may be seated.
John, do you recall the first day you met Mr. Pignotti?
No, I don't recall.
Do you like Lorraine as a friend?
Yes, me and Lorraine are very good friends, and we have a very complex relationship.
Do you want to be an actor when you grow up?
I always wanted to be an actor since day one.
Do you or your mother, Mrs. Conlon, get abused by your father?
Yes, my father abuses us every day. Every day he has stress. He wants to relieve it and release it out on us.
Do you and Lorraine have a personal relationship?
It's very complex. Like I said, it's like you wouldn't understand.
Do you love Mr. Pignotti?
Yes, I love Mr. Pignotti as a father figure because my dad over there, he's not even a father to me. He's never.
Did you care for Mr. Pignotti?
Yes, I care for Mr. Pignotti. He was a big part of my heart.
Why did you say that a part of you had passed when Mr. Pignotti had left us?
Because I feel like I don't have a father to me.
Why don't you feel like you have a father?
Because my father is never there for me at all. He's always gone and working no hard. He doesn't even care for me.
Did you and Bobo have a relationship?
Yes, because of Mr. Pignotti. Bobo, he was a big part of my heart and Mr. Pignotti.
Do you know any of Mr. Pignotti's relatives?
Yes, his son. I know his son. He always talked about him, but he never introduced us to him.
Do you think if you could go back in time, would you do this again?
Yeah, I would do this, but except for the part Mr. Pignotti died. It's I still have a father figure to me.
Did you think as Mr. Pignotti as a father figure?
Do I? Yes, of course I do. My dad. Just Mr. Pignotti was just a better father than me.
Do you love your mother?
Yes, I love my mother. She's just a very compassionate woman and she's very nice to me. Unlike my father.
Do you love your father?
I mean, I love my father, but I just don't think he cares for me at all, or he don't want me either.
Do you love your brother Kenny?
Yes, I love my brother Kenny a lot, but my dad always talks about him and talks about how he's going to college.
Do you feel as if your father likes your brother Kenny more than you?
Well, yeah, of course. He's always talking about how I didn't go. He say, "Oh, Kenny's in college and all that." And he always every time I do something,
Kenny's out of college. He's actually working in Wall Street right now.
Sustain.
That's it. All right. He always brings me down. He always talks about Kenny.
Do you feel as if you don't matter to your family?
I feel like I matter on my mother's part, but not on my father's part.
Do you remember how you felt when Mr. Pignotti had died?
I felt like a big part of my heart just died. Like it was just, I froze up. And I didn't even know what to say.
Do you remember how you felt when Norton smashed the pigs?
I knew Mr. Pignotti would be very disappointed in me and Lorraine. That's why I told him to tackle them and told him to stop.
Can you please explain this?
It's Mr. Pignotti's journal. It says on page 198, I am finally back in my house after my heart attack. I came home and I was devastated. My house was absolutely destroyed. My perfect, precious pigs shattered on the floor. I saw the look on John's face. His eyes were filled with sorrow and I could tell he felt pity on me. I didn't know how to react. I just went upstairs and locked myself in my room. I sat in silence for hours and hours. I couldn't assign or blame to any particular person. I just sat there thinking about my wives. The ripped up pigs. Traps all over the floor. My dear friend. Yes, sir.
How do you feel about this journal?
I feel like the pigs was a big part of his life, like a big part of his heart, and I didn't want Norton Kelly to smash me.
Do you like Norton Kelly?
I never liked him, but he's always around me. He says I try to beat him up, but he always bossing me around and all that.
Do you feel as if Norton Kelly is a bully to you?
He's a bully to everybody. What type of question is that?
Thank you, no further questions.
Cross-examination.
Such a deep.
How about the early days in high school? Can you tell us the things that you did?
Well, I did the colossal fruit roll, and like I palmed the bathroom because I wanted them to stop smoking it. I didn't want them to have cancer from smoking it.
How is Lorraine to you as a friend?
Lorraine is a very, very, very good friend to me. She's always there for me, like unlike my father and everybody else except for my mother.
So can you explain kissing her in Mr. Pignotti's room?
Yes, I can explain it. Me and her were playing around at first, and then things just changed.
How was Mr. Norton Kelly to you as a friend
Well,
and as an enemy?
He's not my friend at all. I don't know what you're talking about, but he's my enemy. He's always bullying people and all that. Like that's not nice.
Why do you bully Mr. Norton Kelly by calling him the Marshmallow Kid?
I don't bully him. That's just a nickname. I give people nicknames a lot.
So you're telling me that the people in your early days of high school that you call nerds, what about Miss Cricket? You like them?
I mean, you can't say I like them. I just give them a nickname. Like, I can give you a nickname. You want me to give you a nickname?
I'm asking the question, sir.
Okay.
Can you please stop asking me questions?
Sustain.
The days that Mr. Pignotti told you to go to the zoo and check on Bobo, did you go?
Well, I didn't go to the zoo at all because I was cleaning up his house and taking care of his house while he was gone. I didn't really think about it.
So you lied to him and told him that you were going to go?
No, at first I lied, but after that I told him I never went and he didn't say nothing at all.
So you knew about Bobo, right? About how he had pneumonia?
Pneumonia? I didn't know about all that.
When you say that you had a small drinking party, why did you not lie to Lorraine about that?
We did, but so much people kept on coming, so everybody, we just had a party, but we were just going to clean up after that.
How did you feel when Lorraine said that we murdered him?
I felt like she didn't know she was talking, she just spoke too fast. She didn't really mean that.
What did you think when Mr. Pignotti died?
Like I said, a big part of my heart died. I couldn't do it.
Then why did you smoke a cigarette over his corpse?
Because I had so much stress in me and I was so mad and I just wanted to relieve it, so I calmed down and just...
Can you explain? Wait, I would like to submit this as evidence. Can you explain?
We would like you to read this.
Can you explain why his bank account has no money in it?
Bank account. We didn't use this card at all. And I mean, this doesn't even look like it was rent from the bank. This looks like.
Can you please read it?
Okay. Hello, Mr. Pigman. This is your bank, and we would like to tell you some very bad news about your account. As we have checked in your account daily, you have been spending lots of money. The minute we know as your bankers, you don't spend hardly as much, but it has just been going down every day. We have tried to contact you, but your phone seems to be disconnected or recharged. This doesn't look like. Did you do this when you was at school? Because this don't look like a bank.
Why did you lie to Norton Kelly when you told him that you wanted him at the party and you were looking for him, but really you didn't want him to go?
Because I didn't want him to go berserk and start tearing everything down like he already did. I didn't know he's like, I didn't want him to invite me.
Then why did you offer him some wine?
Because I wanted him to calm down because I knew he was finna get mad.
This was at the door though.
I know this was at the door.
Then how was he going to get mad? He wasn't even talking about it.
He looked like he was very angry and he was talking about the
statement.
I'm gonna overrule that. He formed it as a question.
He was talking about the party. He asked me why he wasn't invited, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't you like Mr. Norton Kelly?
You asked me this already. I told you I don't like him because he's a bully and he's mean to everybody else.
No further questions.
Okay, witness may step down. Okay, prosecuting court reporters.
So far, we have realized that Norton Kelly is a hypocrite, saying that John and Lorraine are bad people for stealing when he himself sold marshmallows.
Norton Kelly came up and complained about his fear of pigs, but the question we all want to know is, why did he crush the pig at Mr. Pignati's house? John loves Mr. Pignati as a father because his father doesn't love him. If his father did love him, why would he share the alcohol use with John? It says on page 137 that John and Lorraine apologized over the phone to Mr. Pignati. They actually feel perpetual love for him.
Vamos a jugar juegos. Hi, my name is Tess.
My name is Leah.
And this is Are You Picking It Up?
In this game, we'll pass out cards to random people.
And what the word or action says on the card, you have to act it out.
Your action can't be too vile or inappropriate. Just take your time and try your best.
In order for the audience to know what you're doing, you have to be creative, not cheapish.
You only have 15 seconds.
So don't waste any time. Oh, but one more thing.
Are you picky enough? Brace contestant, we don't want you to shoot. Ready? Go. Who do you guys think that is?
Mr. Conlon!
You start. You have 15 seconds. Your time starts now.
These pigs are so dumb. Why are they even here? They're pointless.
And who is that?
Norton Kelly!
You may start.
I hate men. I hate all of them.
And who was that?
Mrs. Jensen.
And our last contestant. You. You have 15 seconds. Your time starts now.
I just saw Lorraine get slapped by her mother, and I didn't do nothing about it.
Who do you guys think that is?
The police officer.
Thank you. And that was the first half of Are You Piggy Enough?
Thank you for joining our game.
Shut up.
Sense of holding anything back now. Okay. The winner of the case will get to go on a field trip to Mecklenburg County Courthouse. Okay. And remember, this is a mock trial. This is not real, so no one needs to really get angry or upset at each other. Okay. Okay. Bailiffs, please escort the jury in.
Joseph, what are you doing? Shh. Shut up.
N-O-T-G-U-I-L-T-Y.
Exclamation point.
Not guilty.
We are back in Mr. Milligan's courtroom in the second half of Block 3, where we will have the three of the maladjusted defense witnesses come to the stand. We also will have three prosecution witnesses to come and cross-examine the defense witnesses so that their lies will not prevail. We're going to continue on with this trial until the end, and we will prove that John and Lorraine are guilty for contributing to the death of Mr. Pigman. Taking it over to Liberty.
We're almost the end of the trial, so the prosecution team is trying their best, and so is the other team. We wish good luck to each team.
Okay, defense reporter.
My name's Leah.
And my name's Jazz.
And this is the rest of the report.
This is Are You Piggy Enough? Okay. Our first contestant. You have 15 seconds. Your time starts now.
Oh, I just love John and Lorraine. They're such good kids. I love to clean, keep my housewife, except I really hate my husband.
Who do you guys think that is?
Mrs. Conlon!
Contestant number 2. You have 15 seconds. Your time starts now. And who is that?
Bobo! Yay!
You have 15 seconds. Your time starts now.
I love Norton Kelly. He's so nice and sweet to me.
Who do you guys think that is?
Deanna Keys!
Mr. Milligan. Judge.
15 seconds. Your time starts now.
Lorraine just slapped me. I don't know why. I have so much compassion. Who do you guys think that is?
Lorraine Jensen!
Let's hope that the defense team does their best and the prosecution team.
Good luck. That was in our report.
Okay. Defense, please call your next witness to the stand.
The defense calls Deanna Dees to the stand.
Put your left hand on the book and right hand on the door. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please say your name for the court.
Deanna Dees.
You may.
Thank you. Stand up.
Is Miss Jensen an abusive mother?
Yeah, she hit Lorraine right in front of the police officer. Like, how could she do that? And he didn't even do anything. He just stood there. Not even doing your job. What is wrong with you?
Does Norton have a history of stealing things?
Yeah, aka Marshmallow Boy. He stole some marshmallows from your convenience store. Who does that? What is wrong with you?
At a rate of 1 to 10, how hard has Miss Jensen ever hit Lorraine?
Well, she hit her the night after the party, and it looked like it really hurt. Like, Lorraine, she looked like she was about to cry.
Objection. You weren't there, so how would you know?
Well, actually, I was coming back from the party because I was walking to my house, and I looked by and I saw her.
Objections overruled.
Do you think that John and Lorraine would ever do anything?
No, John and Lorraine would never do anything like that to Mr. Pigman. John and Lorraine are really good people. It's the witnesses over here that are the bad people.
Has Lorraine ever told you about what her mother does?
Yeah, me and Lorraine, we were in class one day, and she was like, oh, my mother, she calls me, she says all this bad stuff about me. I don't know why, because I love my mom so much.
Is it true that under her care people have died?
Yes, people have died. She's a bad nurse.
So whenever Lorraine got slapped, do you think that was abuse?
Yeah, it was abuse. You can't just hit your kid. That's not good. You should have thought of a better way. And again, like, he didn't even do anything. You're supposed to do something when you see someone get hit.
Do you think that the police officer is a good police officer?
No, I've seen better than him.
Do you think that
Why are you guys laughing?
No one's laughing. What are you talking about?
Straight face.
You guys are laughing.
Albert should be held against that side.
Do you think that it's good for Lorraine's mother to be going against her own child?
Why? Why would Mr. Conlon and her mother go against their own child? You gave birth to them. You're supposed to love them. Like, why would you do that to your own kid? Can you answer? She won't even give an answer to me.
That's all.
Cross-examination.
How do you feel towards John?
Well, John's a pretty good person. I like him. I'm not going to submit this as evidence. Okay. Thank you.
Can you read those to me?
Oh, yeah, sure. Roses are red, violets are blue. John, I hope you like me because I am the Andes and I love you. Pretty good. Okay. John, remember the time you beat up Norton and Dennis? That was hilarious. Norton had blood all on his face and you gave Dennis a black eye. Ha 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 ha. The car be our little secret. Is okay. John, remember? This doesn't even look like a love letter. This looks like you printed this off from a computer. What the heck?
That's from you.
When?
Objection, that's a statement.
Sustain.
Would you ever lie to get John out of trouble? Perhaps for doing something illegal?
Well, I did let them out early because they're very good people and they do good stuff. But not to do that. I would never do that.
Okay, it's... Do you think John is innocent despite the many wrongdoings he has committed?
Yeah, John is innocent.
Okay. Why are you so negative to Norton even though less than 5 hours ago you proposed to him?
Because he said no, so why would I care about him anymore?
But you wanted to marry him.
But still, why would I care about him anymore? I'm mad right now, and he stole.
Okay, so did John.
Yeah, okay. But I didn't propose to John.
But
I proposed to Norton, and he said no, that's why I'm mad right now. I love how there's numbers on these. That shows how much you guys prepared for this.
no more.
Put your left hand on the book and right hand in the air. Do you promise or do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name for the court.
Mrs. Conlon.
You may be seated. So sorry, I have to get this from this page.
Has John not been drinking a lot lately?
No, he really hasn't. He's been doing good because he knows it's not good for his health.
When did that start happening?
It started happening right after Mr. Pigman died.
Isn't it true that John thinks of Mr. Pignotti as a father figure because his actual father doesn't care for him?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Well, like, his father, he treats him wrong. He always abusing him. And he's always smoking and drinking.
Has Mr. Conlon ever had a beer belly?
Yes, he has.
Has Mr. Conlon prevaricated about drinking around John when he was just a child?
He had always prevaricated to, like, the teachers, me, and to the police.
Did you ever witness Mr. Conlon abuse John?
Yes, I have. When I try to help, he always try to, like, abuse me too.
Do you think he abused John because he wanted John to follow in Kenny's footsteps?
Wait, hold up. I can answer that. Dad, I don't want to follow in your footsteps. I want to do my own thing. Do you know what that is? I want to be a background dancer for Justin Bieber. Baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 oh, I thought you'd always be mine, mine. What?
Are you proud of Kenny wanting to be a background dancer for Justin Bieber?
Yes, I'm so proud. I want him to do what he want to do, not follow his dad's footsteps.
Didn't Mr. Conlon call John a lunatic?
Yes, he has.
Do you disagree that John is not a lunatic?
I do disagree because John, he's a good kid.
Is it true that in chapter 1 of the Pigman, John used a recessed filter instead of an actual cigarette because he didn't want to affect his health?
Yes, he hasn't been using the real cigarettes anymore. Because, like, he knows it's not good for his health and he don't want to.
Do you know why John started to smoke?
Yes, because, like, he didn't want to have any health problems.
Didn't John want kids to stop smoking at school?
Yes, because he didn't want them to be like his father. And he knows it's not good for their health.
Do you think that Norton could have convinced John to set off the bathroom bombs?
Yes, because Norton, he's like a bully, and he tries to abuse people, like hurt people too.
How long have you known Norton?
I've known him for like for a long time.
Do you think he's a good influence and a good person?
No, I really don't. He's like a bad person, and I don't know why he's hanging around my son.
Didn't John say in the book that he did not want to do the super classical fruit roll because he said it was too childish for him?
Yes, he did, and he did not want to hurt any elderly.
If he didn't want to hurt the elderly substitute teachers, then why would he contribute to the death of Mr. Pignotti?
I don't know why they think that, because, like, John, he loves Mr. Pignotti, and I don't think he would try to contribute to somebody's death.
No more further.
Cross-examination.
I'd like to see this evidence. Could you turn to the jury and read this out loud?
Okay, well, it says date February 2nd, 2015. To whom it may concern, Mrs. Conley was seen in my office today. Oh, exclusive cleaning. She has been tested and the lab results are evidence that this patient does indeed have OCD for cleaning.
How many times do you clean a day? Sorry.
I clean 6, but sometimes I clean more than 6.
Could you say that the chemicals have affected your brain?
No, I just like cleaning because I hate germs.
How many times do you discipline your child after he does something bad?
I really don't do anything, but like, it's not his fault that he always. It's not his fault that he always does that. It's because his father like abused him.
Does your father beat up young kids?
No, my father doesn't.
I mean, not your father. Does John's father beat up kids?
He only abused his son. I don't know why. He always nice up all the other kids.
Does your husband steal from defenseless old men who are grieving?
I really haven't seen him steal anything.
Then how does he follow your husband's example if your husband doesn't do most of the stuff that John does?
I mean, John, he does follow his father's footsteps, but I don't think he really.
But doesn't the only thing that your husband does is drink and smoke?
Yes, that's where John got all that from.
Then where did he get the rest of his stuff from?
He probably got it from Norton.
What was your childhood?
What?
What was your childhood?
My childhood was good.
Then why do you clean so much?
Because I hate germs.
Why do you hate germs?
Because they make you sick. You can, like, die or stuff.
Do you think your son contributed to the death of Angela Pignotti?
No, I really didn't. He loves Mr. Pignotti. He knows Mr. Pignotti is a good person. And he talks about him a lot, so I really don't think he will contribute to his death.
Do you know about the girl who's fixated on your son, John?
So, no.
Do you know who Deanna Dees is?
Yes, I do know who Deanna Dees is.
And Do you know who's fixated on your son?
I know it wasn't Deanna D.
Does somebody have the definition of fixated?
I'll look it up for you.
Because doesn't fixated mean that you're obsessed over something?
I don't think she's obsessed with John.
Then why did she write him so many absent passes that he gets to go away from school?
Because she knows that there's some good kids.
If they're such good kids, then why are they skipping school?
I guess they was doing it for a good purpose.
Why is there a good reason to skip school?
I mean, somebody could have gotten hurt, or they was coming to check on Mr. Pigman.
Then shouldn't they have asked you for confirmation before they had done this?
I mean, I don't know, like,
Please explain. Explain. You don't know. Explain, please.
Objection of the statement.
Overruled.
Ms. Collins,
Can you ask a question?
can you please explain what is... You said you don't know.
Can you ask a question again, please?
If you don't know what's happening, can you please explain the extent of what you do know?
I clean and I watch out for my kid.
If you watch out for your son, why does he drink and smoke constantly?
Because he learned from his father, and he don't drink as much as he did, and he's a recessive filter.
If still, you allow him to smoke.
Objection
Why do
of the statement.
Why do you allow your son to smoke even if you do see him smoking?
Sometimes, I mean, it helps him with his stress, but sometimes I really don't want him to do it.
Then why do you not tell him to stop smoking?
I do sometimes.
But in the book, why does it state that the only reason when John drinks, you're worried about him not cleaning the glass, and that when he smokes, you're worried about him burning a hole in the carpet?
Because I don't want all that stuff to mess up, and I don't want no germs to happen.
Do you think you're credible? You're a credible witness because of the amount of cleaning you do? You're obviously obsessed with cleaning.
I mean, it's not all about cleaning. It's about how John and Lorraine did not contribute to Mr. Bignotti's death.
What chemicals do you use to clean?
I use Kleenex. I use hand sanitizer. I use all them little cleaning things.
Can you describe all of them?
I mean, I just gave you like 2.
That's not all. Can you describe this, please?
Some wipes.
Like, can you describe the brand names?
No, why do you need to know that?
Why do you use so many cleaning chemicals if you know this can affect your brain?
Well, I don't always use it on myself. I use it on things that I think has a whole bunch of germs.
Do you think you can ingest the fumes when you're cleaning?
I guess. I mean,
no further questions.
Okay, next step down. Defense, call your next witness.
The defense.
With your left hand on the book and right hand in the air. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name.
Lorraine Johnson.
You ladies.
The prosecution team makes me sick. They think I contributed to someone's death that I love. I love this man. He was a father figure to me because I don't have a father anymore. The prosecution team obviously doesn't know what love is. How has it been after Mr. Pignotti passed away? It's been horrible. John has been out of it. He's not as fun as he usually has been. He's been sad, and I've been sad also. I've been depressed, and I just want to get past this period of my lifetime because I don't like to be sad a lot. Can you describe Mr. Pignotti? Mr. Pignotti was a fun-loving man. He loved me and John greatly. He liked to spend money on us because he liked us to be happy, even though I insisted that he didn't need to buy me anything, but he still bought me stuff anyways. Do you think depression was a factor to his death? Yes, his wife had just passed away, and he has funeral bills to take care of. He has to pay for a funeral and all of that. Who wouldn't be depressed?
Do you think what he ate affected his health?
Yes, he ate fish. He ate like fish with their heads still on them. He ate fried ants. Well, chocolate-covered ants, excuse me. He ate a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Why do you think Mr. Pignotti loved Bobo so much?
Because he was, before John and I came along, Bobo was the only person, well, only primate that he had.
Can you describe Norton Kelly?
Norton Kelly, as you already know, he steals things. That's why he's called the Marshmallow Kid. And he probably steals other things too, like candy from babies. He could. And he's also very demented. And he could blow up a house if he really wanted to, which he probably has.
Do you think John would have ever invited Norton to the party?
No, because he knows that something bad is going to happen. Every time Norton Kelly is around, something bad happens.
Did you ever see Norton Kelly at the party?
I saw him talking to him, John talking to Norton, and then I just brushed it off. Maybe he's just telling him, hey, you're probably going to cause trouble. You need to move kindly and go home.
Do you think your mother is a good mother?
No, I don't. She abuses me. It wasn't just a slap. She abuses me daily. She takes out her stress on me because my father left her and she's going to hit me for it. Do you think that's a good mother?
Is it true that your mother steals from her clients?
Yes, it's stated in the book that she steals food from them. They're dying patients. She's going to, oh, I see a can of soup. I'm just going to take the soup because I don't care about anybody but myself.
What about the police officer? How would you describe him?
He's a horrible police officer. That police officer of the year award that he has, or that he probably stole, is lousy. Like, he doesn't deserve that. If he's going to witness someone getting slapped and not even question the person who slapped that person, he's a horrible police officer.
What is your relationship with John?
He's a really good friend. Like, I care about him, like, a lot. Like, if he would have died, I would cry. I also care about Mr. Pignotti a lot.
Okay. Do you have anything else you would like to say to the court?
I think the court knows that John and I are innocent.
Lorraine and John, innocent. Lorraine and John, innocent. Lorraine and John, innocent. Lorraine and John, innocent. Lorraine and John, innocent. Lorraine and John, innocent. Lorraine and John, innocent. Lorraine and John, innocent.
Okay, guys, that's enough. I'm innocent, you know? No further questions.
Cross-examination.
I would like to submit this as evidence. Can you please read this to the jury?
Okay. Lorraine's diary that I don't own. So, John and I are in a lot of trouble because of last night. We decided to throw a party at Mr. Pignotti's house. You're probably asking if I feel guilty. The answer is no. The reason I said I felt really bad and guilty in the book is to make myself look good. But I am not guilty of what I did. I wanted to have a party, and I wanted Norton to come because I knew that John would bash his face in. But anyways, we threw a party, and the real highlight of the night is when I persuaded Helen to put on the dress. And the funny thing is that she really didn't rip the dress. I actually ripped it before she put it on. Because I knew that she was going to put the dress on because it was the only dress she can fit in. You want to know something true? I don't know why John asked Mr. Pignotti if he wanted us to take Mr. Pignotti to the zoo. Fact number 1, I hate Mr. Pignotti. And fact number 2, I hate the zoo. Man, oh man, I am glad he's gone. Where did you get this from? Because I don't own a diary.
Don't you think, is this evidence?
No, because this is not mine. I don't own a diary.
Why did a police officer find this?
I don't know. You guys probably printed it out. I don't own a diary, and this looked like a type. So if someone were actually to own a diary, it would be handwritten.
You own a typewriter, don't you? Well, you wrote the memorial epic in a typewriter, right?
Correct.
So don't you think that could belong to you if you wrote a typewriter, maybe you could have wrote this while.
No, I do not, because if it was a diary like you're claiming it would be, I wouldn't put Lorraine's diary. I would just write it down. And again, I'm asking, where did you get this? Because this is not mine, and I don't have a diary.
Did I or did I not just state the police officer said he found it in your room, ripped out of your diary?
But I don't have a diary. That's what I'm explaining. You probably just made this up. And I do actually care about Mr. Pigman, and I do like the zoo. And I'm not glad he's gone because I loved him.
Why did you say you were scared to go in one of the exhibits you did when you went with Mr. Pigman?
The snake exhibit, maybe? Because I don't like snakes.
So
I didn't say I hated snakes. I said I dislike snakes. I don't like snakes. I didn't say, oh, I dislike the zoo. I didn't say that. I said I dislike this particular animal.
Do you think it's wrong to get punished for your wrongdoings?
Okay, I agree. I should get punished, but as I stated before, she abused me numerous times before the slap and after the slap.
Can you state in the book where you stated you were abused?
I didn't say in the book because I didn't want anybody to worry because that's the only place I have, my mother's house. I don't want to get kicked out, be sent in an orphanage. My mother's place is the only place I have. Why would I give that up?
When one of your lawyers previously asked you a question, didn't you state that you told someone else about your mother abusing you?
Yes, because I can trust Deanna Dees. Can I please finish talking? Because you're kind of cutting me off, and that's really rude. I was going to say, because I trust Deanna Dees, and she knows my situation, she's not going to go tell somebody if I don't want her to. We were making up a plan. Okay, so once I get enough money to move out or go into college or whatever, I'm going to tell, and my mother is going to be punished for the wrongdoings, and she's not even paying attention to me, okay? Because you never pay attention to me.
Do you have strong feelings for John?
Yeah, I said I cared about him a lot. He's my friend. If he died, I would be sad, just like I'm sad about Mr. Pignati's death.
Can you talk about the things you did with John in Mr. Pignati's house?
We roller skated.
Can you say other things?
Other things, we drank substances. Excuse me. We drank things. We watched TV.
Can you say more things, like what you did in some
What
of
else
the rooms?
do you need to know, though?
Can you say some of the things you did in Mr. Pignati's room?
We looked through his pigs. We saw his pig collection. We saw his wardrobe and his wife's clothes.
Can you state what you did with John when you were dressed up?
We were role playing.
Can you state what happened while you were role playing?
He kissed me.
So, does that not mean you have more feelings for John?
What do you mean? You asked me if I had strong feelings, and I answered, I care about him.
In the beginning, did you talk about how John looked and how you found that attractive?
Yes, he's a very attractive boy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, everybody, probably the whole school, has a crush on him.
Do you think it's kind of awkward for one of your friends that you say has a little crush on John?
Are you talking about Deanna Dees?
Can you just answer our question?
Because I don't have enough information, I'm asking you, are you talking about Deanna Dees?
Can you, let me rephrase the question.
Okay.
Objection.
That's a statement.
Sustain.
Do you think that it's a little awkward for one of your friends that you say is actually a friend to have feelings and like him?
May you rephrase the question so I know who you're talking about?
Do you think it's weird for your friend Deanna Dees to have feelings for John?
Hey, no, she has feelings for Norton Kelly. I told you that. She proposed to him on the stand.
Do you or do you not want to be a fiction book writer?
It said in the book that she had a crush on me.
Sustain.
Do you or do you not want to be a fiction writer when you get older?
I kind of did because I kind of like writing. That's part of the reason why I wrote the memorial epic. The other reason why, because I wanted to honor
But is
my
the memorial epic a fiction book? Are
It's
you
not
saying that's a
fiction.
fiction book when you?
I'm practicing my writing skills. I'm sorry if that confused you. I was just practicing my writing skills. And the other reason why I wrote it is because I care about Mr. Pignati very much.
Does John want to be an actor?
Yes, he does.
Do you think that he made it acted towards his family, towards you, and Mr. Pignotti?
No, I know John a lot. He really actually genuinely cared about him. He wouldn't make something like that up. I know John better than you know John.
Can you state why, can you give me an answer of why maybe John would light a cigarette over the dead body of the Pigman?
Well, he likes to smoke because his father introduced that to him. And two, because he smokes when he's stressed out. So I believe he didn't know what to do. So he just started smoking. I didn't think he realized he lit it over the dead body.
Do you think that John cares about his father?
Yes, he does, but the fact is, his father doesn't care about him. Can I please continue talking? Because you keep cutting me off, and that's not nice.
Am I or am I not the lawyer?
You are the lawyer. Did I say you weren't the lawyer?
I be asking questions?
But I didn't ask the question.
Can you let me ask my questions?
No, can you let me finish? Because you asked me a question.
Did you not finish the question?
I didn't. I didn't ask the question.
Did you not give me an answer?
I didn't finish my answer.
So why can't I answer another question?
Why can't you answer another question? I thought lawyers were only supposed to ask questions.
Did I or did I not just ask a question?
But before that, you said that, can I answer the question? You can't answer questions. You can only ask questions.
May you please ask the question?
I'm not supposed to ask questions.
That I just asked.
What did you just ask?
Do you think that John cares about his father?
I answered that question already. You didn't let me finish.
Why do you think if John's father got sclerosis of the liver, why do you think John kept smoking? Don't you think
because his father didn't teach him any better. He didn't say, hey, John, stop smoking, stop drinking. He didn't say that.
But don't you think that if his father got sick, he would go after that?
I didn't think that. But his father, it's not my responsibility to say, John, you need to stop smoking, you need to do this, I care about you. His father is supposed to do that, but he didn't.
Do you think there might be actually a real L&J fund?
I don't know.
No more further questions.
Okay, here's your evidence back.
Okay. At this point, both sides will be able to call one.
What was the condition of Mr. Pignotti's house?
It was bad. It was a bad house.
So could the house contribute to his death?
No.
How old was his house?
I don't know.
How old was your house?
5 minutes.
Have you ever worked in construction?
No.
How do you even help this trial? What?
Oh, because I was a neighbor and I was a witness of John and Lorraine going to Mr. Pignotti's house.
But how does that help? You seeing people walk into someone's house, how does that help?
To let them know that.
Let them know what?
The lawyers are trying to communicate with the witness, so that should be held against them.
So, how do you help the trial? Exactly.
I'm letting them know what I experienced and saw when John and Lorraine were going to Mr. Pignotti's house.
So what did you see?
Oh, smoking, drinking, all that stuff, throwing parties.
But didn't Mr. Pignotti drink already? So did he eat weird foods?
I guess, yeah. Chocolate.
Did you know that some foods can affect the heart?
Yes.
No further questions.
Okay, next final witness to the stand.
The defense calls Chicken B to the stand.
Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please say your name.
Chicken B.
You may be seated.
How was the party?
it was totally epic, y'all. It was like, it was all good and everything. We was blasting up in there. It was actually the best party I ever had.
What kind of things did you do there?
Oh, I was playing the guitar like usual. I was doing my thing with my band and everything. But then Norton came in there and he was destroying everything.
So you saw Norton Kelly?
Yeah, I saw Norton Kelly. He walked in the door. Nobody invited that man. Nobody did.
Do you like Norton?
No. Last party we had, Norton destroyed something at John's place. No, sir. I mean, no, ma'am.
What else did you see at the party?
Oh, I saw little chopped off heads and a little drink. I was like, what is this? Like, this is disgusting. The house is all broke down. There was wires all over the place. I was like, what type of house is this? But I was like, it's all cool because John got this undercover. So,
do you know John and Lorraine personally?
Yes, I know them personally because me and John and Lorraine, we actually get along because the last party we threw, it was actually good and all, but like, I'm a party person and they only know me as the guitar person, actually, so.
Have you ever seen them around the neighborhood?
Yeah, I seen them around the neighborhood because they invited me to the party. They said, hey, we need somebody to play the guitar. I was like, all right, man. You know, I'm doing my little thing.
How would you describe Mr. Pignati's house?
Oh, my gosh. That house was terrible. The stairs were a little bit broken. They made a little squeak when they went up the stairs. I was like, oh my gosh, what's this sound? What is it? Man, I kept playing the guitar and then everybody was over there partying like, woo! And so, yeah.
According to what John and Lorraine served at the party, what do you think Mr. Pignati's health status was?
I think his health status was like low because they told me the chocolate was actually chocolate covered ants. And I was like, that's nasty, man. Like, what is that? And then it was chopped off heads, you know, fish heads actually. You know that's nasty. It probably ain't even actually shaved, like the scales and all. So his health probably was like real low.
Did you see Norton break Mr. Pignati's pigs?
Yeah, I actually did because when I was going back in the house to get my cord to my guitar, I saw a pig go across the room. Just like this one right here. Just like this. Oh, just like this pig and it broke. I was like, what is going on? And I saw John come over there and punch Norton in the face.
I don't want you to touch it.
And I was like, oh, good. And then the police rolled up. I was like, I gotta bounce, y'all.
How long do you think everybody lingered at Mr. Pignati's house?
I can't say that because I was the first one that bailed when I saw the police lights. So I think everybody lingered around like 5 to 10 seconds and it was out. It was like a whole herd of elephants and like trying to get out one tiny door. I was like, oh, good. Let me get it out.
Was there a perpetual stream of people watching your band?
Yes. It was like 30 people. Like, I never seen a party that big. The most I seen was 10 people. 10. Like, it was 30 people. I was like, yo, why many people doing fights?
Do you think the party was as mundane as others?
No, not really, because usual parties aren't as big and they don't have as much drinks that was served there.
Is it true that you would describe Norton as berserk and vile?
Yes. That is definitely yes, 100% yes. Destroying people's property. That is straight up vile.
Have you ever met Mr. Pignati?
Actually, no, I haven't actually met him, but from my perspective, John and Lorraine told me that he was actually a nice, fun, and a kind man. So I was like, yo, that's a cool person, even though for his age.
Do you think John and Lorraine care for Mr. Pignati?
Yes, I think they actually care for him, because, like, at first, when they invited me, they said this, we don't want as many people coming. So I think they actually care for the man and his property and his whole house.
Do you have anything else you would like to say to the court?
I have to say, check out my new album. It's called Party Right Now.
Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Can you tell me Mr. Pignati's address?
I actually don't know his address.
Then how did you get to the party?
Oh, they told me the address. You can ask them over there. Ask them. They'll tell you.
Can you tell me the songs you played?
Oh, the songs I played, like, we had one album that was called Chicken D, me. And then it was like one of them that was like bounce, bounce, bounce.
Why did you go upstairs?
Cause I heard something going on up there, and I heard like squeaking sounds. I was like, what is that sound?
So you telling me you stopped entertaining the party while you was upstairs?
No,
So-
the
'cause-
party
so you- 'cause you
actually.
been nosy?
Can I answer the question? Can I answer it? Yeah. Actually, what happened was it was like a 5-minute break. You know, every party you have to have a 5-minute break. So I went upstairs to see what's going on, cause I was going to use the bathroom.
If you don't know the house, and can you tell me what the house looks like?
Oh, the house was all junky. It was tools all over the place, wires, fish heads on the floor. I saw one actually, one chocolate covered ants. It was nasty.
If the house was in bad condition, do you think it was in pretty good condition for you to have a party and play at a party in?
Any house that's in bad condition is a good house to have a party actually. Cause you don't want it's already destroyed. Like what's the most you can make out of it? You see
Why were you the first person to leave the party?
Why the first person to leave the party? Cause I saw police lights. Would you leave the party if it was police lights
No,
showing up?
I would not.
So you want to that's a statement?
Okay. Can you tell me who Norton Kelly is?
Norton Kelly? Oh, I can tell you a lot. He's a marshmallow boy. He stole stuff. He destroys property, man. Have you been to one of the parties?
Can you point him out in the court for me?
Objection sustained. That is not your point. Order in the court, please. Order in the court. Order in the court, please.
Did you see the fight?
Actually, I did see the fight because I went back in to get my guitar.
Can you tell me who started?
I think actually because, well, my perspective, I think Norton started because.
How can you tell if it was Norton if you don't even know who Norton is?
I do know who Norton is. He actually the one with the broken leg. I know that for sure.
Objection sustained.
All right. Actually, Norton is right there. Norton right there.
And there's people on this side that are leading the witness, so please hold that against them.
Yo.
All right. If this is a serious court, why is your side over there laughing?
It's not even an actual good question. First of all, why was your side laughing too?
I'm the one asking the question. Am I not?
Why was your side laughing? Answer that question. Why was your side laughing? Why? Answer it. You're the lawyer, so you should know what's going on.
Do you think the party was fun?
Yes, I think the party was fun. It was actually amazing.
If it was amazing, then why did you leave?
You asked the same question twice. I left because police lights.
If you're innocent, then why do police scare you?
Because, I went to jail once for throwing a party, destruction of property. Yeah. I actually don't like police. All right.
Okay, you may step down.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. Prosecuting court reporters.
Hola, me llamo Lily Anderson. I'm back once again with your final court reports. From the last defense report, they said Deanna Dees likes Norton, but we all know that she likes John. So why do they pretend that this stuff is true? Some things that they said was not true on the prosecution side. So John and Lorraine, they say that they're the real Ellen J. Clone, but they are really not, and I have a video to prove it.
How you doing?
Hello, my name is Jess, and can I just say, Ms. Simpson, you abused your daughter. I'm sure if a real, true police officer was here and that was actually doing his job, you would be arrested for your putrid rape. Lorraine cares for Mr. Pignotti, as we can tell from that astounding performance. Oh, and buy Chicken D's new album because he definitely wants it. Deanna Dees isn't all for John. As you can see, her love for Norton Kelly is strong, but since he's a sit-out person, his heart doesn't feel the same way. Miss Conlon has twisted people's tongues. She cares for John as much as John cares for her. She may be a clean freak, but she isn't a compulsive alcohol addict. Lorraine came up here strong and bold. She knows that both her and John are innocent kids with very academic minds. Why would they consider taking somebody's life? You can also see that Chicken D is a comedian and a rock star. Why wouldn't you laugh if something's hilarious?
And I believe John has something to say.
Lorraine?
Hey, Lorraine, please come to the
Thank you, John. And I believe that sums up the case.
Okay. Prosecution, closing statements.
You heard from John and Lorraine themselves. Mr. Pignotti had health conditions, but yet they still treated him like a young, healthy teen. The head lawyer said that he lived in very poor conditions, yet John and Lorraine still threw a party in his house. We are going to restate those 6 words.
We murdered them, prove them guilty.
Defense, closing statements.
Y'all are liars. You already know you killed the Pigman. And Bobo just admitted. You already know you killed the Pigman. Now he's dead.
I said, who that? Lorraine just said.
Who do that? John Conlon. Whoa.
Okay, defense, closing statements.
As I said in my opening statement, they did not kill Mr. Pignotti. They're on the trial for contributing to Mr. Pignotti's death, even though we know they didn't do it. Wait. Stop. Hold everything. I have some breaking evidence. This is Mr. Pignotti's autopsy report. You guys can take this back. Let me just lay it down. I think that's some of our case. They did not kill him or contribute to the death of Mr. Pignotty.
Okay. Jury, you are going to take this card into the hallway, into the stairwell. You guys are going to discuss the case. And on this card, you're going to write guilty or not guilty, and then you're going to fold it up, and you'll knock on the door when you guys are ready. Just the things that you need to consider. Which side had the best knowledge of the book? Which side was more prepared? Appearance, the use of the Pigman vocab, the objections, whether they were overruled or sustained, ability to prove their case, creativity, evidence, and props. Okay? Silence in the courtroom as the jury exits. Escort the jury in. Okay. Before reading the verdict, let's everyone thank the jury for and as a token of my appreciation. All right. With that being said, John Conlon, Lorraine Jensen, please rise. This jury and this court find that John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen were two great characters in the book that I hope you guys could really appreciate and enjoy, because we worked really hard throughout this whole thing. Give yourselves a hand, you guys. Okay, John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen. This court finds that both sides did an excellent job today. Thank you for your dedication. All right. John Conlon, Lorraine Jensen, this jury has found you not guilty.